Welcome back. How you doing? I hope you're having a great day. Before we get started, if you missed our video last week, Patrick and I took on the Death Nut Challenge 2.0. It was awful. We almost died, and I'm sure that you thought that was pretty funny. And if you haven't seen it yet, you probably will think it's pretty funny, so go watch it. Of course, if you live in the Pacific Northwest, you love real estate, you love talking about houses, you love dogs, and maybe you just want to know where to buy a good mid-century chair. Click that subscribe button down below for more content. We're putting it out every single week. So you want to sell your house and you're worried, maybe you're a little concerned, you're like, oh my God, this could be awful. This could be a terrible experience. My one neighbor, they put their house on the market and it was sat on the market for 2 months, and I think they even lost $30,000 off the sale price, and they were miserable. Or maybe it didn't even sell and it's expired and they're like, I thought this was a hot market. That other guy down the street sold their place in 2 days and they got $40,000 over the asking price. What the heck? What happened? This week, we're gonna be breaking down how you can sell your house like those houses, how you can make sure that you're getting top dollar for your property and sell it in a quick amount of time with minimal pain, stress, all those things. We're gonna be talking about the 3 key steps that we do and that you can do on your end as well to kind of make your house that exciting house. Step 1. Let's just take a baseline of your house, right? Let's go in there, let's take a walk around, and we'll find anything that maybe needs to be touched up, dealt with. We're not asking you to take on massive projects unless there's something that's glaringly problematic. Usually our approach to helping clients get their homes ready is we're looking for the lowest dollar amount to highest net yield from the sale. So, are your floors a little scuffed up? Probably don't need to refinish them. Are they thrashed? Might be worth it to get them fixed up. Do we have any squeaky hinges that can be oiled? Maybe some touch-up paint here or there? Home run to just kind of take care of the minimum items and not do redundant work that will come up potentially later in the transaction anyways. So we'll help you kind of do a punch list of those items and make sure that you're getting an effective strategy set up for yourself. Step 2, stage your damn house. Really, stage it. Stage it. The reason I say stage it, and I say it a lot, is, generally speaking, people who are looking at staged homes, well, there's a couple things that go on there. 1, they can visualize themselves living in that house, and they're like, oh, look at that couch. I love that couch. Or, oh, look at that fresh fruit. That's a bountiful feast on that counter. I love those blankets. I don't know, people get excited about pretty interior design in houses, especially when it is contextually aligned with that era of that property. So mid-century furniture in a mid-century house. It's a great fit. Generally speaking, if you don't put the staging in, then what happens is a buyer walks through and they just start kind of looking around and they're like, oh wow, those floors are really scuffed up. Or, oof, did you see that crack? The crack in the wall, or oh, that window has a failed seal. Maybe I don't want this house. It just seems like it's gonna need too much work. And then you're missing out. Benefit of the staging is that it really distracts from a lot of those problematic items. They're pretty minuscule, but they become so much more magnified when there's nothing to distract it from. Stage your house, you'll thank me later. And we have some great stages. We're always happy to make connections there. If you ever want to talk to any of them, feel free to give me a jingle and I'm happy to set up some time for you. Step 3, pricing. I'm sure that you have some really? I'm sure that you have some rough idea of what your home is worth. You've gone on Zillow, you've gone on Redfin, and you're like, oh, yeah, this says this number. Maybe it's close, maybe it's totally off base. I've seen it recently in listings that we put on the market where there is an estimate online and it is maybe $60,000 or $70,000 below what we listed at. And then the moment we put it on the market, somehow that estimate spikes up to our list price. or a little bit higher even. I don't always trust those a lot. I generally speaking will go off of what I trust to be consistent and what most appraisers will trust to be consistent, which is comps for the area, comparable properties for the area. So we look at bedrooms and baths, similar style homes, similar finishes, last sold period roughly 6 months prior to right now in a 1 mile radius. This will really help to give us some better context for value. And then the way that we handle the actual pricing strategy is we're going to look at the probable, kind of bottom line value, that base value, or maybe even slightly below that value. The reason we don't want to price you all the way up at the tip top of your price, or maybe even a bit above that, is that more often than not, with buyer psychology, they're looking at a home and saying, wow, that home seems overpriced, if it is overpriced. Even if that's the price it might sell at when it's undervalued and then ratcheting up to that point, you might end up missing out on buyers because people have a perception that, if it's overpriced and, the finishes are, you're not going to get those offers because people are not going to feel like it's an enticing opportunity. Now, if you price it well, meaning you price it at value or slightly under, then what you end up with is, in most cases, bidding wars, which can create instances where the value actually will exceed that high-end price that you were shooting for. That is our strategy. That's how we get our homes sold on average in 10 days on the market, 8% over the asking price. That is the way to go with it. And it's not to say that we're underpricing. We're pricing strategically, and we are marketing the crap out of it. We put it on all of the websites, of course, but then we do social media ads, we do mailer campaigns, and we market throughout brokerages. And that's how we get these places sold. Number 1, take care of the little punch list items in your house. Number 2, stage your damn house. And 3, price strategically. All right, thanks so much for joining us. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I am more than happy to chat about real estate whenever you want, or just about whatever. If you like what you see here, feel free to hit that subscribe button, like the videos, and we hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.